So it's recording.
Yeah.
So here we are. Just kind of a summary, I guess, of what we've done so far, and some of the stuff we still got to do. There's a lot to do, but I got the old gas tank out. I'm going to clean this up and paint it where the caulking and whatever it was, I'll wire brush all of this and probably just spray it with rattle can black before I put the tank in.
There's a big old dirt dauber in there.
Yeah, I gotta clean all the dirt daubers out. It was home to a few things, including a snake.
Yep.
No snake in her now, but I'll clean this up and
Okay.
get some paint in her. Then I'm gonna put the tank that was in my 67.
One that's in the garage.
Yep, in here.
Okay.
And that's largely because I had to get this thing running.
I can't see you on the... There it is. Ooh, look at there. You've been busy.
I'm busy. I move some of this.
All the front parts.
Yeah, so I wanted to get everything fitted before I weld all these panels on. You can see if you look over here, my door gap is kind of tight here and wide here. So I need to lower the apron a little bit
Okay.
so that fender will tilt.
Okay.
But this side's pretty good. This door gap is pretty even. It's a little bit wider down here, but I've got a bolt stuck in there that it's sitting on top of, so I think this one can be welded in place. But
Looks good since you primed it.
thank you. I'm doing body work. I got a few spots.
Yeah.
But anyway, I wanted to get all of this before I weld anything, and I got to put it in the garage to weld because my welder won't reach out here.
So what?
Everything's just kind of clamped in place. You can see my clamps and stuff.
Yeah. Get ready to put a radiator in there and.
Yeah, I got a radiator behind you,
Okay.
leaning against the Fox body there. I got the bracket that goes here. We ordered that from
Okay.
Summit. I'll need, there's my pilot holes to mount this guy, so that will get mounted up there. Got to put all the wiring and stuff in, put the radiator in. I got radiator hoses, a fan belt. I was able to find, what do I do with it? I must have put it in the garage.
What was it? What?
I've got the lower pulley, the fan pulley, and a fan.
Okay.
And then I ordered the right spacer and the bolts. I don't know if this water pump is going to be any good, but we'll find out.
Okay.
And then with the new tank, I'll run some fuel to this fuel pump. We know that the car runs because I ran it off of my little jug right into the carburetor. If the fuel pump works, then it'll all be factory normal. If the water pump's okay, that's good. And then I'll have new hoses and belts. It may need an alternator, may need a water pump, may need a fuel pump, I don't know. Eventually I'm going to put new plugs and wires on it because they're pretty old. But it ran with these. I want to let it run and warm up, and then I'm going to change the oil. I've got oil and filter for it.
You've changed it already?
No.
No, not yet.
No, I want to let it run a little bit before I do that. So.
And you're going to pressure wash this thing soon so we get to see truly what color.
Yeah, it needs a good bath. As you can see, I'm still collecting. I've collected the parts for the front end. I've got the grill. This was actually in the trunk, so I'm going to guess it's
Molly, come here.
It's the original grill. I don't know that for sure.
That's going to be nice.
It's a little tweak here and there.
Yeah.
And I don't have the trim that goes around, so I still got to get that.
Okay.
I got the bumper brackets. I got a bumper. It's not the best.
These are your headlights that you put together?
Yeah, this side was in pretty good shape. It was missing some hardware.
Okay.
This one was broken, and so I had to do a repair on it, and quite a bit of work on this side. And it doesn't snug up tight.
Yeah.
So I still got to do some work.
Some body work on that.
Yeah.
Well, it looks so much better just even with the headlights in.
Yeah, and I don't have the hardware yet for all this stuff.
Okay.
I got to hunt down.
Maybe we can get that through Summit.
Yeah, and then I can start bolting everything together.
Come here, Molly.
Because I'll have to get, this is going to go on here.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
And
Is that Wimbledon white?
Yeah, this donor, there's a lot of white parts, but they're not all from the same car.
We should paint this Wimbledon white.
The hood is from a 65.
Come here, Molly.
I bought these front end pieces, you know, when I went almost to Ohio to get them. And then Jason himself collected the door, which was white. I don't know what it's all.
That's neat.
But a lot of the donor, they're different cars, but different.
Yeah.
They
kind of like all match.
Yeah, everything kind of that we're getting was Wimbledon white. This fender even, if you look under all the layers of paint.
Yep, there's a little white there.
Yeah, it was white also.
Right there is where he was pointing to.
Yeah. It's got several layers of paint on it. It looks like it was red, then green, then black.
Yeah.
Again, I just needed stuff to get it all fit together.
Well, you've made a lot of progress.
Yeah, I got the door working really well.
Yeah, I remember seeing the video where you...
I still haven't greased all of this stuff, so it's a little tight to roll up and down, but it all works. I found a mirror in the trunk.
Yeah.
Got the mirror on. Door locks. We gotta eventually move to the interior.
Yeah.
There's some holes in the floor. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do full
Yeah, I see the...
pans or just patch them.
You see the leaves through there.
At some point, we'll pull the interior out and start working on
Come here, Molly.
getting that cleaned up.
Yeah, we're gonna pressure wash this. Maybe try to get these windows. Look at the windows, how much.
Yeah, it's been sitting a long time, about 30 years that I'm aware of.
Okay.
It's not really rusty. There is some spots.
Come here, Molly.
No real holes in it.
She's not answering me, babe.
Give me a second. Molly. But yeah, I want to get it running. Then we got to do the brakes. So when I got it from Heath's basement garage,
They were locked, right?
they were locked up, and I think we had to knock the drums off the back to get it to roll. So I don't even know if it has anything in the back.
Do you have in mind what kind of wheels and tires you're gonna put on it?
Well, you know, when I first got the car, I was thinking of making it look like a gasser, but the more people that reach out to me that knew Jason Woodley, they said he really liked this color and he wouldn't have modified it really dramatically, so
Maybe you can leave it,
I might just kind of
make it a tribute to
make
him.
a tribute to him and try to do what he would have done.
Right.
I have, these are Dodge wheels in the back, but they're Magnums, and then I got a couple Ford Magnums. I may try to find a full set of one or the other, because they look good on the car.
You know, we should try to get maybe a Woodley license plate or something where people know.
I was thinking of like Jay Woody, because they called him Jay
Yeah,
Woody,
yeah,
or Jay's 66 or something like
yeah.
that. I don't know, but I'll probably want to get a vinyl made for the back that says in memory of Jason Woodley.
Okay.
But yeah, my goal is to get it running and driving by spring and take it to some of the summer night cruises. And then I know Heath, he's a big deal over at the VFW.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to try and have another car show there.
In Greenville, Kentucky.
In Greenville. And a lot of his Jason's family is from there, so I'd love to take it to that car show. So again, more of the people who knew Jason could see the car.
It'd be neat if they could sign it and somehow, once we get it
That's a good idea, actually. Maybe since I won't
on the
have
inside of the trunk lid.
yeah, I won't have to repaint that. Maybe we'll get people
maybe
to-
write a little story on how they knew him.
Yeah,
That might be a pretty cool idea.
that
Come here,
is-
Molly.
That is kind
Come
of an
on.
idea. So yeah, that's kind of my goal. So it won't obviously be painted this summer, but if I get all the mechanical stuff done, really tempted even to try and take it on Hot Rod Power Tour this year.
And didn't you say you were going to try to paint it yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a whirl. If it looks really bad, then we'll get it repainted later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I might try to paint it myself.
Okay.
My again main goal is just to get it running and driving, so it'll probably be mostly primer
Yeah.
spots or whatever.
We drove your 67 around like that for a while.
Yeah, a long time. But yeah, I may try to take it on Power Tour if I trust it enough. I think they're a simple enough car that if something happens, I can fix it on the side of
Yeah.
the road pretty easy. So
Yeah.
I've got most of the parts that I need, and it won't be restored this summer, but it should be running and driving, and where I can take it around, take it to places, and that's really my main goal. So the reliability part gets all the mechanics, tires, brakes, fuel system, all that stuff. Maybe we'll reupholster the front seats so it's comfortable. The back seat doesn't look too bad. I don't know, but that's kind of where I'm at now. We've done quite a bit of work already. Anyone that saw it before knew the front end was completely off from the accident. Jason himself collected this door and some of the window regulator stuff that I was able to fix this door with. And then I was able to find more parts when I was cleaning out the trunk for the car. I've got all the tail light lenses. I've got the rear valance. Got a bumper here. It's not perfect, but we'll get the car all back together, and then as we go to swap meets and whatever, we'll find a better bumper or
Yeah.
whatever. And
Just continue to try to make it look nicer.
yeah, the trunk lid looks okay. So I like your idea of it might need a little body work right there, but maybe leaving this
Yeah.
since it's the original paint,
Yeah.
and getting some of his friends and family to sign with a
Yeah.
Sharpie in there.
Yeah.
So that'd be kind of neat.
Or like a paint pen or something.
Paint pen, yeah.
All right. Well, you're doing a great job, babe.
I'm happy to be a part of the car. I'm glad
You're doing a really great thing.
Heath trusted me
Yeah.
to give it to me, donate it to me, and help me out with it. And-
He's super happy that you're.
Yeah, I've been reached out to by quite a few people that are very happy to see the car. I didn't know Jason personally, but I understand people describe him like they might me. You know me by my car, and that's how Jason was. People knew him by his car, and I hear a lot of stories, some that can't be repeated, about him in this car and his buddies, including Heath and several others. So it's neat to bring it back. And I'm a Mustang guy anyway, so I feel kind of a bond to him that way. I knew some of his family through my working at Logan Aluminum, so
I wish we would have had the chance to meet him. He seemed like he was a pretty cool guy.
yeah, I agree. I met his parents, talked to again through Facebook, and Heath brought one of his buddies over. So I've been able to talk to quite a few people, I think some nephews and things like that. So starting to get to know him more and more as we go. And I've told this story before, but we had a neighbor here, Ron Massengill. He lived right there, and Jason, when he was, I think, a teenager, worked for Ron Massengill at his gas station and had this car. And I used to have a 65 coupe, this exact same color, and Ron thought that that car was this car, and they often ask me about it, so it's kind of neat that I actually end up with this car. And of course, Ron has passed away now.
Yeah,
too.
and he doesn't know that we have the car.
No, but he thought that my
Right,
other one was
right,
Jason's car.
right.
So
But what a full story that would have been if
Yeah.
Ron was still here.
yeah, because Jason worked for Ron at his gas station.
Well, maybe we'll just have to take the car over by the cemetery and do a burnout in front of,
His tombstone.
yeah,
Yeah.
for Jason Woodley.
Yeah, we'll do a burnout with Jason's car in front of Ron Massengill's tombstone. That'll
Yeah,
get him spinning. In the
yeah. Well, you're doing a great job.
Yeah, that's kind of where we are now. More to come. Like I said, my next step is to get the fuel tank in it after I do some cleaning and painting. If the weather continues to be nice, I'll get that done. Go ahead and throw the radiator in, and maybe it'll drive into the garage on its own. I know the brakes don't work, but I could probably get it in the garage, and we can get the front end welded up. And once that kind of stuff's done, I'll work on the brakes, and we can actually take it for a ride.
Yeah. Well, then you can drive it while you're fixing it too. So
Yeah.
run to go get a gallon of milk or.
We got the title transferred over, and it's as soon as I know it can be driven, we'll put insurance on it and get some plates. Maybe try to get a tribute plate.
Yeah.
To Jason or the Woodley family. We'll see what we can do there.
All right.
But yeah, I hope you guys like and follow my videos. This car, not just a car. Of course, all my cars are that way, but this one has special meaning. So if you see the video and you knew him or are related to him, knew the car or whatever, comment with some memories or get in touch with me. We can exchange email, phone number, or whatever. I'd love to hear more stories. I'm getting quite a few already, and it sounds like he was a real wild character and just full of life. So if you see this video about this car and you knew Jason, reach out to me.
All right. That's a wrap here in Russellville.
All right, thank you.
Bye, Craig.